All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. It is that time of the week, folks, my weekly picks in the world of the National Football League. Got things started on the right foot last night. I picked the Baltimore Ravens to go on the road and knock off the Miami Dolphins. The game was not as close as I anticipated it to be. I'll tell you like this, these Ravens on both sides of the football look a lot different with Lamar Jackson back. And especially this offense, more pace, more energy, more cohesiveness. And again, it just shows you how important that number 8 is to this team. Now, with that said, we've got some good games on tap for Sunday as well as the Monday night affair. And with that said, here are my picks for week number 9 in this NFL season. Now we've got the 4-4 Chicago Bears traveling to take on the 3-5 Cincinnati Bengals in basically what is a swing game for both of these teams. This Ben Johnson led Chicago Bears team, they're starting to take shape, and it's one of those where I think this team over the second half of the year is going to be much better. And I think they're going to push for a postseason spot on the NFC side. Of course, if you're the Bengals, you had an opportunity to knock off the winless New York Jets last Sunday. You didn't do that. And you had an opportunity to get back to 500, of course. You didn't do that either. And now you've got to deal with a Bears team that is gaining confidence as the weeks go by. Chicago comes into this contest favored by 2.5 points. I like the Bears by a touchdown, 24-17. Now, two of the teams that the Bears share the NFC North with, and I'm talking about the Minnesota Vikings and Detroit Lions, they are set to face off in Motown this Sunday afternoon. And of course, it's a homecoming of sorts for Vikings quarterback J.J. McCarthy. Of course, McCarthy was the first round pick of the Vikings back in 2024. Began this season as a starter, was injured, and now he's back. While his backup Carson Wentz is done for the season. And of course, when you think about J.J. McCarthy, once upon a time he was a starting quarterback for the University of Michigan, and he was a starting quarterback for a Michigan team that went undefeated and won the national championship several years ago. But now McCarthy, he's coming back and he's got to deal with this Lions team. And this Lions team, they are so fierce at home. I think back to the heyday of Barry Sanders playing for the Lions at the Silverdome. Those Lions are tough to deal with. Granted, it's a different element this time around, but you're going to see two of the better or some of the best wide receivers in the NFL going at it. And this one, Amon-Ra St. Brown, of course, for Detroit, and of course, one Justin Jefferson on the other sideline for the Vikings. But I think right now the Lions have the better team. They're favored by 9.5 points in this one. I'm going to take them by 13, 30-17. Now you've got the 4-4 Carolina Panthers traveling to Lambeau to take on the 5-1-1 Green Bay Packers. And for Carolina, they got the brakes beaten off of them last week at home, courtesy of the Buffalo Bills. They need to get back on track. Part of the reason while Carolina did not look good in that game, they didn't have the services of the young quarterback Bryce Young as it's starting to come together for him. For the Packers, I just feel like, you know what? This team, they haven't played well yet, in my opinion, outside of their season opener against the Lions, but they're still 5-1-1. And at some point, it's all going to come together for this team. Green Bay is heavily favored in this contest at home, 13.5. I think Carolina makes it closer, but I still like the Pack, 30-23. Now, you've got the 5-3 Los Angeles Chargers traveling to Nashville to take on the 1-7 Tennessee Titans. Any luster that was on the Titans after Mike McCoy was named as the interim head coach is gone away. I think this is one of the worst franchises, worst teams in the National Football League. And it's one of those where the wheels are falling off again for the Titans, if you want to call it that much. For the Chargers, they've been dealing with injuries, but you still got Jim Harbaugh as the head coach. You still got Justin Herbert as the starting quarterback. And I like the Lightning Bolts on the road in this one by 2 touchdowns, 31-17. Now we've got the 3-4 Atlanta Falcons traveling to take on the 6-2 New England Patriots. And some people are asking, are the Patriots back? Well, they have the symptoms of being a playoff team for this season. I'll tell you that much. Mike Vrabel has made a lot of believers as far as that locker room goes. Drake May is a real deal at quarterback, and the Patriots are believing. For the Falcons, it's one of those when I watch them play, you never know which team that you're going to get. They're very Jekyll and Hyde, and they've got to get their act together if they're going to go on the road and knock off the Patriots this Sunday. New England is favored by 5.5 points in this one. I think it's closer, and I'm still going to take the Patriots 27-24. Now at the Meadowlands, we've got the 5-3 San Francisco 49ers traveling to take on the 2-6 New York Football Giants. And what can you say? Another lost season for the Giants. The injuries are beginning to pile up. And now you've got your rookie quarterback in Jackson Dart, who's got to try to go out there and deal with this Niners defense. One thing we know about the Giants, they have an issue stopping the run. One thing we know about the 49ers, they will run the football down your throats with Christian McCaffrey. The Giants, they showed some grit last week. Granted, they still lost by several scores against the Philadelphia Eagles, but the Giants are going to give you everything that they have. Is it going to be enough? I'm not sure. I'll tell you like this. Both of these teams are injury plagued. The Niners are in a better position. The first team to score 20 wins, and I like San Francisco on the road in this one, 20-17. Now we've got the 7-1 Indianapolis Colts traveling to the Steel City to take on the 4-3 Pittsburgh Steelers. For the Colts, at this point, they are the real deal. That's the bottom line. They check all of the boxes as far as being a quality team, and now the Steelers are going to have to try and find a way to deal with that. I look at Pittsburgh, and I said this the other night. They have let a golden opportunity go by to really put their stamp on this division for this season, and now they're going to be in a dogfight the rest of the way. I don't know what is going on with the Steelers' defense right now. It's gut check time because the talent is there. They simply are not playing together. Indy is a 3.5 point favorite on the road in this one. I'm going to give the Steelers another shot, and I'm going to take Pittsburgh at home, 24-23. Now we've got the 6-2 Denver Broncos traveling to take on the 3-4 Houston Texans. And if you are a fan of defensive, fierce football, you definitely want to pay attention to this one. Two of the better defenses in the NFL, two of the better coached defenses in the NFL as well. I think this game comes down to which of these young quarterbacks, whether it's going to be Bo Nix for Denver or, pardon me, I almost said Bryce Young, excuse me, C.J. Stroud for the Texans, takes care of the football and which team can score touchdowns. Houston comes into this contest favored by 1.5 points. I like Denver by 9, 26-17. Now we've got the 4-3 Jacksonville Jaguars traveling to take on the 2-5 Vegas Raiders. I look at this game and I say to myself, we've got two teams coming off of their bye weeks. Which one of them is going to utilize it the most? I look at the quarterbacks, and Trevor Lawrence has been playing better than the veteran Geno Smith this season, who has been a turnover machine, and that ain't good. Thus, I'm going to take Jacksonville on the road, 23-20. Now, at SoFi, we've got the 5-2 Los Angeles Rams hosting the 1-7 New Orleans Saints. One of the better teams in the NFC taking on one of the worst. And now you're going to allow this Rams defense to really pin their ears back and come after the rookie at quarterback in Tyler Shaw. That is a recipe for disaster right there. The Rams are favored by 14.5. I like them by 20, 37-17. And of course, now let's talk about that heavyweight battle that's going to take place in Orchard Park this Sunday as the 5-3 Kansas City Chiefs come to town to take on the 5-2 Buffalo Bills. And of course, when you talk Chiefs Bills, it doesn't get any better than that in recent years. Usually when these teams face off during the season, It comes down to who's going to get home field advantage in the postseason. Postseason wise, it really hasn't mattered, of course, because Josh Allen and the Bills have still yet to get the best of Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs come January. Both of these teams need this win. Okay, the Chiefs are 5-3, the Bills are 5-2, but both of these teams really have their work cut out for them if they are going to win their respective divisions this year. Mahomes and Josh Allen, two of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. You think about the supporting cast around both of these teams. Typically, when you talk Chiefs Bills, it comes down to one play here or there, usually late in the contest, that is going to decide things. I like the way the Kansas City's defense has been playing lately. They're a point and a half favorite on the road in this one. I like the Chiefs by 3, 27-24. Now, on Sunday night, we've got the Seattle Seahawks making the cross-country trip to take on the Washington Commanders. And both of these teams are going to be rocking throwback unis in this one. But the bigger talk about for the Commanders is the return of their starting quarterback, Jayden Daniels, from injury. And just like I referred to with Lamar Jackson with Baltimore, when Jayden Daniels is out there, there's something different about this entire Washington Commanders team. And I think they try to go out there and feed off of that. Seattle is the 2.5 point favorite on the road. I like the Commanders by 3 in this one, 27-24. And finally, on Monday night, we've got the 2-5 Arizona Cardinals traveling to take on the 3-4-1 Dallas Cowboys. For me, I think it's going to be another one of those games where Dak Prescott plays his best against a team that has a losing record. The Cardinals are the Cardinals, which means there's nothing to really get excited about in regards to them. Dallas is favored by 2 and 3.5 points at home. I like them by a touchdown, though, 30-23. So, folks, those are my picks for Week 9 and this NFL season. And as always, I want to take the time out to thank each and every one of you for checking out the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. And as always, if you like what you heard and saw on this podcast, you know what to do. Just hit that like button as well as subscribing to this channel. Also, definitely be sure to check out or continue to check out this channel during the weekend, as I'm going to have plenty to talk about in regards to college football tomorrow, the NFL on Sunday, as well as the end of this MLB season, whether it be tonight or tomorrow. Got to wait and see. But if you are on the X, formerly known as Twitter, definitely be sure to check me out at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you give me that follow, I'll do the same in return. And that also goes for Instagram, where you can check me out at 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge. Also, if you're on Facebook, be sure to check out the Sports Depot 365. And as far as I'm concerned, one of the better sports groups going on social media. But until next time, fine folks, my name is William Martin. I'm signing off, and I'm saying thanks once again for checking out the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. Be well, everybody.